Welcome to my channel, or welcome back to my channel. I'm super excited for today's video because I'm going to be using my Jaclyn Halo Times Morphe palette for the first time ever. I actually literally just got it in the mail like 2 hours ago. Super excited, and yeah. So today I'm going to literally be putting on my eyes for the first time right on camera. So you're going to see my honest review. I'm going to do my tutorial on this look, and I'm going to tell you guys, is it worth it, my opinions on it. This is what it looks like. I'm sure 90% of you have seen this palette already because it is so freaking popular, and it literally just dropped like a week and a half ago. But yeah, without further ado, let's just get into the tutorial part, and I'll have time marks down below. So I'll have like when the tutorial starts and ends, and then when my like final review, is it worth it, my talking part of this video at the end. So in case you just want to see one of those, then check the description box down below. And before we get into this video, please make sure you subscribe. I upload new videos every Monday, Wednesday, and Friday, and I would love for you to be notified. So yeah, let's get straight on into this look. Alright, little disclaimer before we get into this. I know my hair looks whack as heck and so crazy, but if you're new here, I cut my hair off, and it used to be like all the way down to like past my boobs, like basically almost my butt. And I cut it off like a month ago, and it's still too short to like put in a cute bun. So when I put it in a bun, like literally it just falls out. So just ignore that. Okay, let's just get into this video because I'm really excited. I literally haven't used this palette at all. I actually just got it in the mail about an hour ago, and I wasn't planning on filming, and I actually have work tonight, so like I didn't want to do a full face of makeup. But then I got this palette, and I opened it, and I swatched it, and I was like, I have to. I'm not going to spend too much time going over what it looks like. I'm sure you've seen this palette a bazillion times. Literally, there's so many videos here on YouTube. I got mine pretty late. Like, I ordered it and it shipped the next day, and I only live in Florida. So, like, California to Florida. It's kind of a long time, but I feel like everyone was posting on Twitter that they got their palette already, like, a couple of days ago. And I was like, oh. So, like, so many people have already uploaded their videos, and I feel really late. But I don't care. I have to do it. It's literally so gorgeous. So for today, since I am going to work, I'm definitely going to stick to the warmer tones and more of a natural smoky look, because I'm not going to go in with like the blues and the purples, because I do have to go to work, and I'm not trying to like get in trouble for doing crazy colors. But there will definitely be more tutorials using this palette. Trust me, I spent almost $50 on this, like with shipping and everything, so I'm going to be getting so much use out of it, so don't even worry. But for today, I'm just going to go with a basic look, and yeah. So I'm just going to go in with, I feel like these are both, is in light a shimmery shade? Okay, so is there, I don't think there's a shade to like really set your eye. I'm gonna use Silk Cream and set my eye with it, which is a lot darker than I would like to set my whole eye with. Usually I go in for like a really creamy vanilla shade, but there's not a matte creamy vanilla shade in this palette, because both in Light and Beam are both shimmery shades. But I have to set my lid, so it's whatever. So then I'm going to take MFEO and start putting that into the crease. I'm going to zoom you guys in a little bit more. I'm going to use this to start like making my crease a little defined and start warming up the lid. Then I'm going to take the color Creamsicle, which is a gorgeous like yellowy orange shade, and it's so, I literally just dip my brush in it and go right over top of what I just did, kind of to give it like a little orangey tint to it. That is so gorgeous. Literally I went like that into the palette, and that is how much it picked up, because I didn't want to put too much, and like I'd rather keep going back in and blending than like pick up like way too much pigment on the first try. So, oh my god, I love that. Really cute. And I'm just going to go over it one more time. Then I'm taking this little Morphe brush. It's like, oh wait, this is not a Morphe brush. This is an Inspire brush. It's a 282 eye fluff, and it's like, nice and compact. And I'm going to go straight in. I'm going to take Hunt's first, which is funny. It reminds me of like a ketchup, like the Hunt's ketchup, which is not the meaning behind it because I watched Jaclyn's video and that's not the meaning behind it, but it reminds me of ketchup. So, and I think I'm gonna do like a halo-y eye today, which I never do, and I'm not sure how good this is gonna turn out because like I literally never do halo eyes. So I'm just gonna bring this into the corner and the outer corner and leave the like center of the lid blank, and then I'm gonna go in and blend it so it blends in with all the other colors I had already. And by the way, I know this might not look pigmented at first, but I literally only put a tiny drop on my brush because like I said, I'd rather have it a little bit of color and be able to blend it to the way I want it than to just go straight in and have way too much and then just be screwed over. So don't be like, oh my god, these colors are so unpigmented, because I'm literally dabbing my brush, like, just like that. Like, I'm not like circling, you know what I'm saying? Because so far they're really, really pigmented and I can see that, so I don't want to like screw myself over and put like a ton of color and then be like, oh. You guys should let me know in the comments below, did you guys buy this palette? And if you did you buy it like on the launch date? Like as soon as it launched? Because I did. I was literally I set an alarm that morning because I worked the night before, I closed the night before, and I was like, there's no way I can miss this, so I literally set an alarm and woke up and bought it, and the site crashed like 15 times while I was on the site, and I was like, I'm gonna get this palette. Don't try me, Morphe. Don't try me. Going back in with the original brush I was using, and this is the Smudge brush by Bean Cashy Paris. I don't know, I got this in an Ipsy bag. I'm going to go back in with Creamsicle and go over the top and kind of, because I've been blending it obviously so much that it's just going to kind of fade away over time, which is okay. Like I said, I'd rather go back and fix it up than have too much. And I'm also going to use MFEO as well. So basically just the colors that I started off with and blend that with Hunt's. Okay, so I think I'm going to take the shade Obsessed, which looks to me like a shimmery champagne-y type color. I don't know if it's going to look good with this look, but I'm going to take it. And I'm going to take it on a flat shader brush on one eye, and then I'm going to use my finger on the other eye and see, because I heard a lot of people say that that's the way it applies best. So this is just a clean brush. I'm going to dip into it, and let's see. This reminds me a lot of the Flower Child shade in my Tartelette and Bloom palette that I use all the time. But this one definitely has a little bit more pinkiness to it. Okay, I'm going to zoom in even more, which is really horrible because my eyebrows look horrific. But that's how that applied with my flat shader brush. And I'm going to try on my finger, which I don't like using my finger. I never do this, so. I feel like it's applying kind of the same with the finger. Like it's not like a huge difference, so I'm like, yeah, I'm definitely going to use my finger. It might be a little bit more pigmented, but for me it's just easier to use a brush. I can get it exactly where I want it, and then my fingers aren't like super dirty and unsanitary. So I'm going to take a little bit of the In Light shade and put that like right in the center, just to kind of give a little bit more pop. Then I'm going to go back in to Hunt's, and now we're going to deepen it up more because now that I have that shade in the inner corner, or in the middle. Then I'm going to go into Jack's, which is a slightly deeper red. It's more of like, I don't know, like a plummy color type. Not really plummy, like more of a maroon, that's what I'm thinking of. And I'm going to put that just on the outer corner to give a little bit more dimension, and then of course blend it into everything on the eye. Okay, so I'm baking right now, so I figured this would be the perfect time to do my brow under brow highlight. It's also thundering right now, so if you hear that, that's what that is. But yeah, so also my brows are really bad right now. I have to get them done, but I'm letting them grow out for a little bit, so they look horrible. To do this, I'm going to be using this Luxie 221 flat definer brush, and I'm going to be taking the shade Beam, and we're going to see how this applies. So I'm just going to take it and, oh, that's pretty. That is definitely popping. Alrighty. And while I'm baking and waiting for that, I'm going to apply a black liner in my waterline, and then we're going to do like a color with the palette. So this is the IT Cosmetics Gel liner, and I'm going to use the shade Hunts again, and I really want this to be like a super smoked out under my lid, or under the waterline. So with a clean blending brush, I'm just going to go under the eye and blend it out a little bit. Ooh, I just got something in my eye. That hurt. Alright, so I applied those lashes. I suck at applying lashes. Like, I'm so aware of that. I can do my wings in 0.2 seconds, but lashes are just not my thing and never have been. Probably never will be, but I feel like a dramatic look needs lashes, so I'm like, I just have to suck it up, okay? So yeah, if you can see, like, the glue and stuff, I'm very sorry, okay? I also highlighted, I used my Jaclyn Hill Becca Champagne Pop because this is like a Jaclyn Hill video today, so of course I had to use that. And now we're going to do our inner corner highlight, and I'm going to use Beam again because that's what I used for my brow bone highlight. So I'm just going to take that on this little brush. Alright, so my final review, my thoughts, my everything. Like I said, this is my first time ever putting this palette on my eyes. My first time ever using it. I literally just got it 2 hours ago. Obviously, I have not used every single shade in here, but I did use mattes and shimmers. And yeah, so basically, I'm in love. Like, I'm so confused about all the bad reviews that I've seen about this palette. And I'm not on any like PR list for Morphe or anything. Obviously, literally, I don't, like, I could say that this completely sucks and it wouldn't matter. But honest review, I actually am in love with this palette. I think that the warm tone shades are the shades I've been looking for forever. Like Hunts, Jax, Roxanne, all like these, like right there is like my dream shades. I would probably spend the $38 just to get those, to be honest. But I also love the shade Beam. I'm looking down because I have this little paper that says all the names on it. I love that shade. It's gorgeous for a brow bone highlight, for inner corner highlight. I literally am obsessed with it. I love it. I liked the matte black shade. I can't pronounce the name of it, but I like to use it in the waterline. So that's always really nice to have a matte black shade in a palette. Loved it. I think the shimmers are gorgeous. I also loved the shade Obsessed, which is the shade that I used on like the little halo eye type of thing. And I loved Creamsicle. Creamsicle is probably one of my favorite shades in here. Probably Creamsicle, Hunts, and Jax are my top 3 as of right now. But like I said, I haven't used like these blues and that, which I'm totally going to be using for a look when I'm not having to go to work in an hour. I would totally use those. But yeah. Do I think this palette is worth it? 100% in my own opinion. When I think of my dream eyeshadow palette, this kind of describes it. I mean, obviously I might not have the exact same shades, but it's super freaking close. Like, I love warm tone shades. I actually hate cool tone shades. Like, I hate doing cool tone makeup. It's just not what I like. Which, of course, if you like cool tones, you're gonna hate this palette. Like, that's whatever. But for me, for my dream palette, is it worth it for me? Totally. I'm totally gonna get my use out of this. Even if it was just the top 2 rows, I would, you know what I'm saying? And I love how it has the pops of color down here. I love the teals and like the tealy colors. I think those would be gorgeous for a summertime look, and I've totally used them. Even if I just use it in like my waterline or my my lash line. And I love Creamsicle. I think that's such a gorgeous like staple shade. My sister's behind me if you see someone uploading hen. Yeah, to me this palette is everything I've been looking for in one palette. Like if I'm traveling, I'm gonna take it. I mean, I know it's pretty big. It's a big palette to travel with, but at the same point, instead of bringing like 4 different little palettes, I have this one big palette with everything I need in it. I'm in love. Of course, there's some downsides to it. Like, I wish it had a mirror. Like, that's something that, like, I paid $38 for this palette, plus, like, the $8 shipping. So, like, why doesn't it have a mirror? That's whatever. Why doesn't it have a vanilla cream matte, completely matte shade? because I can't set my lid. You know, like that's something I would have enjoyed too. But again, is it a deal breaker? No. There is a lot of kickback, especially in the matte shades, but I don't really mind. I don't really care at all, to be honest. Of course, I'm being totally 100% completely honest with you guys. I would never lie. If I don't like something, I'm going to tell you. Like some of my other Morphe palettes I absolutely hate. I've actually gotten rid of a couple Morphe palettes that I had bought and I hated. So it's not like I'm going to like kiss Morphe's butt or anything like that. But I'm also a huge fan of Jaclyn, and I think this is amazing that she got this opportunity. I love Jaclyn Hill so freaking much. I watch every single video of hers. I watch every tutorial. I would honestly buy anything. Like, she can, like, sell water and put her name on it, and I'd probably buy it. Like, I literally spent $38 on Champagne Pop just to get the limited edition packaging. Like, yeah, I hate myself, too. Yeah, I hope you guys liked this video, and please don't forget to subscribe to my channel if you're new here. I make videos 3 times a week, and, yeah. I hope you guys enjoyed, and I'll see you in my next video.